Hello everyone and welcome back to Rift News, the show that serves you League news on a silver plate so you don't have to read anything. Last time it was just an experiment to see if people would be interested in it, and long and behold, they are. So without further ado, let's have a look at what's new in League of Legends. Zoe finally arrived to live servers, and with her we got some more Targonian lore. You can head to Universe right now and check out the newly fleshed out Targon. There is a developer video explaining how the mountain works, tons of awesome art, and of course Zoe's bio and color story. Thankfully, for those of you who are less into the story and more into gameplay, Zoe also brought a new mission into the game. Its objectives are: win 3 games with or against Zoe, redirect 25 pedal stars into enemy champions, and cast 8 unique spells with Spell Thief in one game. Completing this mission will grant you 1000 XP, which is roughly equal to 2 wins of the day. This mission will run through December the 17th and it can be completed in both PvP and co-op versus AI games. So don't worry, you don't have to feel awful for trying to complete the mission with other players against you. Live servers also received skin collection. You can now go to your collection tab and see all the skins you own. But by far its best feature is showing you when you acquired these skins and in what order. So if we scroll down to the year 2011, we can see that my first skin ever bought was Dragon Knight Mordekaiser, followed by Nightmare Cho'Gath, followed by bunch of free skins, and finally followed by Gentleman Cho'Gath. There was also one more easy to miss change in the client. The short version of Aatrox's lore was updated. This is most likely preparation for his update. According to the boards, we're still supposed to get more Darkin story before the end of this year. Riot also released a short artsy cinematic for the new project line. Here's a short preview.
Beast raging beneath the framework, snapping at the cage. One instinct, one command. Hunt.
Zoe's patch brought all the project skins into the game files, but because Zoe herself was just released, all the project stuff will be public later down the line. This includes project skins for Jhin, Vi and Vayne, together with a new project PvP game mode. On Nexus we got couple of new posts. First of all, Illaoi's next skin was decided. And sadly, although not surprisingly, Battlecast Illaoi won. So let's have 3 seconds of silence for Deep Space Illaoi. Then we have new Ask Riot. Once again, 3 questions got answered, so let's quickly go through them. Zoe seems like a newish design for Riot, like cartoony. Is there a reason for this? Here Riot acknowledged her unique features. It seems like there are 2 reasons why many players might think she looks out of place: her head and eye proportions and her extremely cartoony animations. Riot Reef mentioned here that they tried going with a normal sized head, but then she looked more like Lux. In order to make her more childlike, just like Annie, they had to use bigger head. As for the animations, they really wanted to push this trickster god archetype. So he answered the question with a quote from Wiki on trickster archetype. The trickster crosses and often breaks both physical and societal rules. Tricksters violate principles of social and natural order, playfully disrupting normal life and then re-establishing it on a new basis. We wanted Zoe on surface to appear human, but really behind the surface is a god motivated by its own self-amusement. This answers everything. When designing a champion, does much thought go into less obvious interactions such as E-Flash on Gragas or EQ Flash on Jarvan? In short, Riot certainly goes into detail on the entire champion skill development. It seems like Riot already knows that summoner spells can heavily affect champion's kit. So these days they try to make the kit around the summoner spells. Sometimes they catch any game-breaking and overpowered interactions during their internal testing. But sometimes the players can surprise the developers. If a new unintended interaction arises, Riot tries to support it, but if they can't, they simply have to remove the ability or modify it. Then we got some examples. Gragas' Body Slam Flash combo is fine. You trade a massive escape tool for a guaranteed ability hit. The trade here is fair. Fiddlestick's Crowstorm and Zonia is exactly the same. You cash in a powerful survival tool, but Crowstorm won't be as effective because of lost mobility. As long as you trade tools for equal power in another form, these unwanted interactions are harmless. What does Riot look for in programmers and engineers? This question is obviously aimed at jobs at Riot. The short answer here would be, the more you know and the faster you can adapt, the better you fit into this environment. Game tech changes quickly, so you better know how to use a vast array of tools. Then we got one more Nexus post that is honestly very interesting. It is all about statistics on how popular all the champions are. The graphs presented here have two values: the breadth of a champion and the depth of a champion. Breadth is the number of different players who played the champion at least once. Depth, on the other hand, is how much the champion is played per player. So, if the champion is deep but not broad, it is niche. So not a lot of players play that champion, but those who do so often. The opposite of this is a broad champion. A champion that almost every player played at least once and never again. And here we have every champion of League of Legends on this scale. Here we have a better example with just 4 different champions. You can see that Illaoi isn't played by many, but she is played often by one-trick ponies. Karthus is hardly played by anyone, Annie is played by many but not as often, and Lee Sin is just popular by everyone. This post can also compare the popularity of AD carries, the popularity of non-human-like monsters, and even the popularity after champions rework. You'll have more fun if you check these graphs yourselves, so the link to that will be in the description. Riot also released a funny short video showing how Riot gets their sound samples for the game. Here is a short clip. Then we have Merge Store once again. Last time I showed you the new items that got leaked, but now they are released. On top of that, if you head to the store now, you'll find an interactive minigame where you explore the Summoner's Rift. You can face check bushes for plushies, figures and shirt sales. And if you decide to buy anything, you'll get to smite Rift Herald. And you'll get a new icon. And finally we get the new PBE update. Again, full props to Moobit and SurrenderAds20. It seems like Earth is coming back this Christmas, together with Snowy Summoner's Rift. We already got the login screen for it. On top of that we have 4 new champion skins and 1 ward skin. Santa Draven, Ambitious Elf Jinx, Snow Fawn Poppy, and surprisingly, Hextech Kog'Maw. This one is obviously a reward for Hex Crystals, but it is by far the best Kog'Maw skin. And for ward we have the Dearest Deer. Isn't he adorable? Also bunch of emotes, but I would be much happier if we could get them for Blue Essence. But the chances are they will be available for RP. But that's it for this news update. Let me know if there is anything you'd like to change in this format. You know I can easily adapt. All the links to what you saw here, including our social media and merch, will be in the description. So thank you all so much for watching and for your support. You know I really appreciate it. And as always, thank you come again.